Everybody, welcome back to another video today. I just wanted to teach you why, in my opinion, 99% of Amazon FBA sellers fail. Majority of these gurus honestly just want you to buy their course first of all, so they're just going to teach you the basic way and try to sound as convincing and salesy as possible. So let's just get that out of the way. But other than that, I want to show you also the main reason why majority of people fail. And it's a lot of the time because they follow the same advice, but I wanted to share my screen with you guys and just show you guys the common reason listings fall off of Amazon and they just don't go down, they just go downhill. So let me share my screen and let's get right into it. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a story because this applies to a lot of different markets out there. I've seen it in probably over 100 plus markets that I have considered getting into, and it's the same common trend. I've heard it from Amazon sellers that have been in it for 10 years. It happens to a lot of markets. And one, it's a combination of a lot of things, right? So the story is I was considering launching a Ninja Warrior kit for kids. This was 5 years ago almost, during COVID, because people wanted to be outdoors, the kids wanted to be outdoors. I had an amazing differentiation too, because that's the way I learned. You got to differentiate yourself to or sell well, which is kind of true. And what I was considering doing during the time was these climbers, because they were like Ninja Warrior tree climbers, and then the Ninja Warrior kind of obstacle course combined, because nobody was doing it. Yeah. So during this time, people were pricing around $150 to $200. And I was so excited, and I was telling my friend, like, we should partner up. And then I realized partnering with a friend is a terrible idea, so we ended up not doing it. We're still friends today, which is awesome. But what happened was about 2 months after this market came up, let me see if I can find the seller first. So listen, about 2 months after I decided not to do it, somebody else did it, right? And at first, I was frustrated as heck because this person was doing $90,000 a month in revenue, and I was ecstatic. I was like, wow, I would have made that much if I did this, and I am pissed off. Like, that really frustrates me, right? And even like 3 months later, I was like, oh, they're still doing 50, 100K a month. I would have done that. I would have been rich. Dang, that really sucks. But turns out now they're only doing 3K a month. So something happened to this market. And what happened was the average price dropped, first of all, to actually, it should say $80. It was actually like $80, but to $95 is an average price. The best sellers are selling drastically at a very low price, $80. You could see the limited time deal, $80, right? A lot of these best sellers are selling for $70, $80, right? You see some that are $150, but those offer a giant kit, and those probably are sellers that have been around a while. But what happened was there was a lot of Chinese sellers coming in, and getting it for their manufacturer cost, right? So what happens is when there's Chinese sellers, the one little obstacle you got to face is that they're getting the cheapest cost per unit in product cost, right? So not only are you going against product cost and them getting a cheaper cost, they're also going to price their listing lower than yours, right? So they're going to get the favor on clicks, people, getting a better deal there, this or that, right? So what happened was these guys priced, and I remember the quote was about $35 a unit, and then it was about $40 in fees. So, like, in order to do well with this market, we had to price it about $150, and that's what they did, 150 to 200 bucks. They did well, but then all of a sudden, things went downhill. People were outpricing them. The differentiation didn't matter as much anymore because people were just saving $70 on this exact kit without the handles. And essentially, they just fell off completely. And I've seen this in so many markets where a listing comes out, they have a good price, a good differentiation, and then someone in China creates something similar or just price cuts them, and there's no difference between the two other than just price, and the lowest price wins, right? This happens practically in every Amazon market, and that's why a lot of people tell you Amazon doesn't work, is that they just say, it just became a price war. I had to keep lowering my price until I wasn't profitable. It's like, yeah, because you're selling a product, you're not selling a story, you don't really have any connection with the customer, right? So my advice to you guys is don't launch a product, launch a brand, launch a story, launch a value prop to that customer, right? Launch something special for them to match their interest, to blow them away, know them better than they know themselves with knowing this market and what they want, right? Um, Maybe not this market in particular, but you know what I mean. It's really sad to see this happen, and it's crazy because these guys' sales rank at one point was, let's see, lowest sales rank I see is 14,000 right there. Yep. And now they are at a 144,000 sales rank, right? And sales rank is pretty much the amount of volume you're going to get in sales. The better sales rank, usually the better more sales you'll get. And they have completely fallen off. It's really sad to see too. If we look at like their all-time sales, you could see everything kind of just fell apart, right? I don't know how this spike came. They must have lowered their price, but you could see like I don't know why it's not showing all time because this listing, what's funny enough is this listing came out 5 years ago. So they maybe had to relist it or something like that. You could see the listing history is from 2020, yeah, 5 years ago. So that's my lesson for today, guys. Don't launch a product, launch a brand. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I will help you launch your brand. I'll give you all the advice. I will consult with you. I also have a Discord. If you ever want to ask questions, I'm in there occasionally too. So you guys have an amazing day. Hopefully this helps you.